My name is Bishop Johnson, and right now I'm serving as a bishop in Ozark, Missouri, to a congregation here. I am happily married to my sweetheart. We have 4 beautiful children. Family is so important to me. I've lived in Missouri here for about 6.5 years. Prior to this, I've lived in about 7 other states, but we love it here. This is our home now, and we're very grateful to be here. I have a number of hobbies and interests. I like to play sports. I like to see new places and try new things, and I'm grateful to be a member of the church. A bishop in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints works under the direction of the president of the church, whom we revere as a living prophet upon the earth. He also has 2 counselors that formulate a first presidency of the church, and there's also a quorum of the 12 apostles. And so anything I do as a bishop is in conjunction with what their counsel is to us. And so as a bishop, I'm asked to lead a local congregation of members of the church, and I try to set an example of leadership unto them. I oversee a lot of the organizations that are run within the ward, which is our local congregation. And I make sure that callings are extended, assignments are extended so that people can serve in the church and to have opportunities to grow. And I also provide training and counsel in those situations as well. As a bishop, I have an opportunity to work a lot with the youth of the church. So I try to help them individually as well to become true followers of Jesus Christ in that process. I also oversee the welfare matters of the ward, so try to make sure that the poor and needy are accounted for and that their needs are being met, while at the same time teaching principles of self-reliance as well to the membership. Well, I did not appoint myself to serve as a bishop, nor did I go through a set of formalized courses or trainings to qualify to serve as a bishop. All callings and assignments in the church are given through revelation by those who have the authority to make those decisions. And I had the option of choosing whether or not I would accept, and I chose to accept as I also felt like that was the will of the Lord. In terms of qualifications for a bishop, I'm inspired by what Paul teaches Timothy in the New Testament. If we go to Timothy, 1 Timothy chapter 3, going into verse 2, it says that a bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, given to hospitality, apt to teach, not given to wine, nor striker, not greedy or filthy lucre, but patient, not a brawler, not covetous, one that ruleth well his own house, having his children in subjection with all gravity. So those are some good things to aspire to as I seek to carry out my service. So a bishop usually serves for about 5 years, but it can vary a little bit depending on the situation. I've been serving for about 2.5 years, so I may be about halfway done through my service. When I'm extended a release from the calling to serve as a bishop, I'll be called to serve elsewhere within the congregation. So it's wherever the Lord needs us, and there's always learning opportunities that come from every calling to serve within the church. So bishops do not get paid, and neither does any member of the church that serves within the congregation get paid for any of the service that they render. We have what's called a lay ministry, and so I actually own my own business, and so that's how I provide for my family. Some people may say, well, that's quite a sacrifice in terms of the number of hours that I spend to try to meet the church demands that we have. But I consider it a great blessing to be able to serve in the church. In fact, it's said that the Lord pays us through blessings, and I've certainly felt that through the time that I've served as a bishop. No, not necessarily. I don't feel very restricted by this calling as a bishop. Certainly, you want to live your life in a manner that would be following after the footsteps of the Savior and trying to adhere to those principles that we teach. So I think very carefully about that as I live my life. But those are patterns and habits that I tried to get into even before I was called to serve as a bishop. I feel like this is how I want to live my life, and even if I weren't called to serve as a bishop, I would still live this way, and I know that living after the manner of the Savior truly does bring happiness and joy into our lives.